International sculptor Andrew Rogers is building a chain of massive stone sculptures around the world. Using ancient symbols and elements of the earth, Rhythms of Life is an exercise in dreaming boldly. It's about sculptured land art of colossal scale, involving over 5,000 people on 6 continents. His vision? To create one of the largest contemporary land art projects on Earth that will link cultures and memories around the globe. In this series, Andrew's work will take him around the world to places such as Bolivia, Iceland, India, China and Australia.
The Rhythms of Life is a common link for this project around the world. It's an optimistic symbol about life and regeneration. It's about the influences on our lives. Every site's unique. This is one of the largest contemporary art projects in the world. I want to create a link for people to reach back in time and contemplate the past. Without memory, we are nothing.
Andrew Rogers has come to the Yucca Valley in California to create 2 monumental stone sculptures, or geoglyphs. One is his Rhythms of Life, a sculpture he's creating around the world. The other will be an ancient symbol, a symbol that's uniquely relevant to the Mojave Desert and the Serrano and Cahuilla Indians, who live here on a dramatic land formation known as the Black Mesa.
We recognize some of the images, human form, maybe an animal form, and other abstract designs, but we don't know specifically what each symbol means, but we consider it a composite of something that was important within the culture that produced them.
Finding the perfect symbol that will connect the people of today with their past is always an adventure, but one that Andrew researches diligently. Being here is a challenge that's taken him 6 years to realise. One that started off as a sketch in Melbourne, Australia, and will now find expression here in the Yucca Valley and in other places around the world. When Andrew arrives on site, he introduces his international team to the local stonemasons before conducting surveys for his first earth sculpture, the Rhythms of Life.
Where are we looking? Yeah.
Now the team can finalise with great precision the exact location for his first sculpture, the Rhythms of Life.
Guys, let's have a look where we're going to build.
Okay, there we go.
Using GPS technology, they can turn the maps in their hands onto the canvas of the earth.
Just trying to find some soft soil for you. Okay, so this will be the apex of the geoglyph. It's 0.201, where we're standing now. So you can see it'll be seen over the whole valley. It's great. So this general area is the Mojave. This whole, as far as we can see, is the Mojave. We've taken an indigenous symbol and we're going to recreate that on the ground. I started as a child making and playing with things and constructing things, and then a little bit older I started painting, and I painted for quite a few years. From there I went on to learn about sculpting. Sculpture for me is about using my hands to take an idea and create a form with my hands about that idea. I'm very interested to try and express messages in the simplest way. And I enjoy trying to take materials that people don't use in the way that I use them and push them to the extremes to try and express that message. In Western mythology, the desert is a place for visions. I had my first idea for the Rhythms of Life when I was working in Israel with the desert community. We are now building Rhythms of Life geoglyphs all over the world. They come straight across. It's day one. This is a clean canvas. It's taken 6 years to get here to be able to draw on it. So it's going to be an interesting process. First of all, I want to say thank you for coming to work with me. And what you're going to be creating here is an idea. Although you're building something, it's not about a structure, it's about an idea. I want you to be able to show your friends and your family, children, wives, girlfriends, and tell them that I helped build this and I helped preserve the history and the heritage of this area. And one of the things we had done on this site is a survey to make sure we weren't disturbing the habitat of the desert tortoise or the burrowing owl. Okay, thanks a lot, guys.
The Rhythms of Life project is about making connections between people. Andrew has a great respect for the land's traditional custodians and always seeks out the knowledge of the elders before starting any project.
I feel privileged to hear the songs that tell traditional stories, describing the natural cycles. If you're singing these songs and you think about the picture glyphs, you feel history?
When I see these art, I guess you would call it, I see the old people. I can close my eyes and see them working at it. And I say, that's part of me.
So these songs are optimistic songs about life?
Yes, it's songs it covers birds, called stars, sun, the moon, the earth, everything, water.
This area we're building in was central to the Serrano Indians. So you can walk around these hills and you can see petroglyphs and ancient carvings, which were the predecessors for the Indians. We're standing on a place called the Black Mesa, which is a big lava flow. It's got all the classical topographical features that you see in this type of environment.
Andrew has always been fascinated by the use of stone and the way it's intrinsic to cultures around the world that often share the same building techniques, even though they're geographically dispersed. He's also intrigued by the ancient techniques used by the legendary stonemasons of Machu Picchu and similar techniques found today in various cultures.
The weight of these over time will keep them level. When we get to the corners have to be perfect, and I hear you very good stonemason, so the corners are going to be absolutely wonderful, yeah?
Oh, yes, sir.
It's the outside line has to be like a razor. We'll build straight down this way on both sides.
Okay, they call that the spine, you guys.
You can see this coloured stone. We purposely chose it as a contrast to the black volcanic rock, so you can really see the lines incised properly into the mountain. If you go viewing from a distance, this stands out really well on the hillside for everybody to see. This is a global project, which means that whenever I construct these geoglyphs, I have the privilege of working with local materials as well as local stonemasons, each with their unique tools, skills and culture. This means that as an artist, I am always learning as each local team brings something new to the project.
Well, I play football at COE. Yeah, I'm trying to get a workout. Doing the stones, it's a workout for sure.
I love to handle the stones and be part of the construction process, as well as getting to know the people on site. How can I say I built it if I don't handle the stones myself? This is what it's about for me.
Well, I first saw this in the newspaper, and I thought, boy, I'd go up there, and I thought it'd be volunteer work, honestly. And I thought, I'll go through in a couple days just to do it, but I'm getting paid for it, so I think it's real good. And my wife's showing everybody at work, bragging about it, and so it's really it's an accomplishment.
What do you like about living here?
Well, I like the people, you know, the people are honest and down to earth, blue collar people, you know, hardworking people. The geography of it, the weather, the clean air.
Do you get snow here?
Yeah, a couple, 3 times a year.
Right.
As much as a foot, maybe, on a good snow.
You know everything about Americas because you watch it on TV every time, but now like it's a different America because it's really the people, and it's not like the people you meet in New York that are usually people who come from other places, but it's really Americans who live in the place we are working in. Now I get an opportunity to see what America is really about.
The American, the Statue of Liberty with the flag. I'm proud to be an American. Okay, I don't think there's a better country anywhere than America.
It's Pioneer Day in the small nearby town of 29 Palms. A time to celebrate the vision and hardships of the pioneers who came in search of gold and made this desert their home.
Pioneer Days this week.
It celebrates the pioneers that settled our town.
I think it's really nice just because it helps everyone get together. It helps everyone know like what's going on and stuff. And I don't know, as a little kid, I loved coming because it's one of those things where you get to see what's going on.
I get back to the site and I find problems with the workmanship. The stones have been laid badly, and the smaller unstable stones are on the base and the larger ones are on top of them. How long do you think this is going to last like this? How long? Eh? It's just rubbish. I want all of this area fixed before they move, please, Arturo. It's not safe and it's not good work.
Arranging the sculpture around the stones sticking out of the ground is quite difficult. Andrew decided that we're not removing the stones that are in the ground.
Andrew takes whatever opportunity he can to visit places of historical significance near his sites. Today, he's going to visit a sacred site known as the Sun Dagger. Here, on the equinox, the longest day of the year, the rays of sunshine creep along the ground and pierce into the hole, which was once used for grinding food.
Well, it's good to see after a few days that they're getting into the swing of it. The work's good, it's very precise. We will have used 460 tonnes of this special slate that stands out really well against the ground. We've got stonemasons here from Mexico and stonemasons from the area, and it's great to see the work.
The people of Yucca Valley are really excited to have this. It's the first one of Andrew Rogers' glyphs in North America, and here it is in Yucca Valley. We don't have a whole lot of tourist attractions in Yucca Valley, and this is certainly something that they're looking on to enhance their reputation, give them a little more exposure. Outgoing mayor says, what's going to be my legacy? Is it going to be a housing tract with a big ugly wall around it? Or is it going to be something graceful that speaks about the beauties of the earth? And you can look at it and kind of take any kind of meaning you want out of it. It's a dancing kind of a shape, a flowing shape, and rhythms of life. You know, how can you argue with that? It's something that it speaks to all of us.
The Rhythms of Life started life as a bronze sculpture that I created many years ago, and the whole series of bronze sculptures I did at that time had the title The Rhythms of Life. It is an optimistic symbol about the regeneration of life, looking at the influences on our lives, where we've come from and where we're going. So they all start life as an idea, and from an idea they graduate to a small form, and from there they can go to any size form.
You never know what you'll find when you turn over stones in the desert. Here in the Yucca Valley, it's a deadly sidewinder rattlesnake, which should be hibernating at this time of year, but has woken to see what's going on. One bite, and its victim has 30 minutes to get to hospital, which is 40 minutes away. We don't have any anti-venom on site.
What a beautiful animal.
The snake was later released unharmed.
We're halfway through, and I'm pretty confident we're going to finish on time. The stonemasons and the workers are fantastic. They don't waste time, they hurry, and their work's good.
There's still another sculpture to be built, and Andrew wants to check the details of the symbol that he's chosen for his second geoglyph. So he takes another journey to find hidden clues about the culture and people who walked the desert before the reservations, before the gold rush, before the smallpox epidemics introduced by strangers. A time when the rhythms of life were dictated by traditional songs that mapped out the tribe's cosmos and beliefs. Andrew comes out to the desert with Sean, a local Indian from this area.
You can really feel a sense of the spirits, our ancestors that are here. They're all around. And you can see all around us, you know, that they've been here before us. You see all this rock art. And it means something. And I don't know exactly what it means. You know, none of that knowledge was passed down. It's real spiritual just to be here and to acknowledge your ancestors. And, you know, they come and talk to you at different times. And you really have to be quiet to listen, so sometimes you gotta, well, you might find me go off by myself. And, you know, it's because I'm trying to hear what they're trying to tell me. You know, I let them know what we're doing here, and that, you know, we're just passing through here, and, you know, we just want to acknowledge these people that are here, that have been here, you know, that came here before us. Bonyue na wa we na tromenka, bonyue na wa we na tromenka, bonyue na wa we na tromenka, we na tromenka, we na tromenka. They are spiritual songs. You know, they connect one to the land.
I find something sacred in a landscape. I look for a rhythm or a pulse to invoke the past. It's so important that we build a symbol that's right for the land and for the people. A symbol that will reach back and connect with the past, as well as mean something for future generations. Now you can see a fantastic array of petroglyphs here. And again, the patination's really old, so these are ancient. And you can see this spear here, and it's got a circle with the shaft of the spear passing through it. That's what we're going to create on the ground. This is where I'd like to start it. We've got a marker here. So what it will be is a straight line that goes down 60 metres.
And so the building of the spear thrower, or Atlatl, begins. And the power symbol that Andrew discovered high on a rocky outcrop starts to emerge on the earth where the Indians lived many years earlier.
One of the remarkable sites here is the collection of petroglyphs, which range from 1,500 to 3,000 years old. So it's very special to be able to relate a project to something that you've seen firsthand, that you can touch history and touch a rock and it has meaning. This Atlatl, or spear thrower that we're building, we're using a slightly different construction method. We're removing the top layers of rock and soil, and we're laying the white stone into the impression that we've created. And then either side we're restoring the natural ground level with the black lava rocks. The reason we're using this construction method on this geoglyph is to be more in keeping with the ancient traditions. We're using the same methods as they used to create the NASCAR lines and other drawings on the earth. Everywhere that I've worked, people try and preserve their past because it gives more colour and meaning to the present. Pioneer Town is a preserved Wild West movie set, still haunted by characters like the Cisco Kid, Puncho, Saloon Girls, and the gunslinging cowboys riding into town.
There's all history around here. That old liquor barn over there, that's where they used to have parties after the filming and stuff. If you go and get Satan's Cradle, Cisco Kid, you'll see Cisco Kid shoot people on the front porch. It was used in a lot of the old westerns.
So this is part of local history. It's good to
yeah,
see
it is. And Roy Rogers used to sing songs on that front porch over there.
My name's Rogers too, but I can't sing. I remember watching the Cisco Kid and Puncho. I remember Roy Rogers. I remember Hopalong Cassidy, and here it all is, part of my youth.
Andrew has invited some representatives of the Indian tribes to come and visit the site. One of them, Steve Rivas, is also an actor who appeared in Dances with Wolves and Witness.
You know, there's just a very strong spiritual presence in the rocks. The rock is our oldest living relative on this Mother Earth, you know. It's almost like, to me, grandfathers and grandmothers, you know, those rocks.
This is a traditional shawl that the women wear at ceremonies, and today I've worn it to pay respect and honor your project that you're doing. Thank you so much for coming to America and paying respect and acknowledging our people.
Thank you. I think it's very important to acknowledge Indigenous cultures all over the world and to have respect for history and memory, and that's what this project's about.
Both sculptures are nearly finished, and it's wonderful for the team to see the idea start to take its final shape, from being just a concept on a piece of paper into an enigma on the desert floor that will attract the curious and adventurous in the years to come.
It's about the people, the interaction with them, learning their history, learning their culture, and having their involvement in the project. It's always about the people.
The local Indians celebrate the completion of a sculpture that recognizes the ancestors who lived on this land where the geoglyphs now stand.
It's part of our ceremonies, our tradition, to have good spirits come around us so that we could have a blessed life. Just put the smoke on Andrew.
The smoke ceremony, performed on the project's completion, is a traditional Indian blessing on Andrew's geoglyphs that now honor the creative spirit of this land and its people, past and present.
Indeed, we consider ourselves fortunate to have been selected as the site for this monumental work of art.
And I would like to acknowledge the Native Americans that are here today, performed a ceremony for us. It's very special. It's very important to remember history and heritage, because without memory, we're nothing. I enjoy the freedom of creating art outside in this natural theatre of the desert. This gallery with no walls is often best viewed from the sky. Seeing the work finished from up here is always an extraordinary experience for me. You can really see the vastness of the desert and our work in its true perspective. Over time, thick snow will fall, visitors will come and go, and our structures will disappear, as if they are drawings on the earth.